And the discussion item. So this is your Tom, you said you wanted to have something?
Yes, thank you, Wes. This is going to be very brief, but I did want to circle back to the statement you made at the beginning of the meeting, Wes, and thank you for your leadership in coalescing a statement for the board. Earlier today, starting at 11 o'clock, there was a peaceful protest staged in Riverside that I attended. And it was a gathering of a few hundred people. And I didn't know this going there, but the event had actually been organized entirely by RB students, basically 2020 graduates. And speaking on behalf of the African American community and, you know, the victims of the current racial injustice that we're experiencing were Devin Conrad, Shala, and Simone Russell, all 2020 RBHS graduates. And I just wanted to state it publicly here and also bring it to the attention to anybody who's watching. Their speeches were incredibly heartfelt. They were inspirational. They were reasonable. And to me, they were deeply moving. And I think it was, I know I speak for everyone who was there. And so, you know, I think it's important as we are about to entering a number of conversations that will be uncomfortable, that will be raw, that will be honest, hopefully, and as sincere as the talks were today. I'm sure it's not lost on anyone that there are 7 of us and none of us are African American. And so what I'm trying to say is that at this event today, listening to members of that community express how they feel is incredibly important. And I think for all of us, for every member of the community, now is a time to just listen. And again, I'm bringing it back to the fact these were RB graduates, and Devin was talking about how it felt for him to be a member of RB, and he said it was a great school, and he said we're proud of the school and all of that. But he said, as he was at the school and in classes, that he always felt that he had to sort of change who he fundamentally was because he felt he needed to fit in. And so all I'm trying to say is that I think this moment that is so painful for all of us, that is going to be so uncomfortable, I think it's very important that anyone who may be listening or any member of the community ought to know. And this is why I'm very proud of this board being a member of this board, having coalesced around the statement that this commitment of ours to listen is very real. And we have to start breaking the cycle of inactivity. It's been too long. We all know it. But before we all start speaking, which is our role, but this is a moment where we need to listen, and we had a beautiful example of how this can work respectfully, reasonably, heartfelt, and all the rest of it. And I'm extremely proud of those graduates as well as all the other ones, but I wanted to let all of you know, and also hopefully for people who may be watching this. Thank you.
Laura, you have your hand up? I think you're on mute.
Just wanted to add a short comment. Had technical difficulty in the beginning, didn't get there right up front. It's definitely a win when our graduates are able to organize a peaceful protest on their own and be a part of the democracy of this country and move forward doing that. And I do want to say that as a school, the hardest thing that we can do, the school, is to remain in that neutral place so that the school does not become unwilling the mouthpiece for any particular party or philosophy or movement either way. If we want to make it a place where all students, all families, beliefs, religions, where they feel comfortable to grow so that when they leave the school, they could do an event such as you experienced, it's a very difficult place for us to be in. And I think, you know, I give a lot of credit to our administration that has done that so far. And it may look passive, but I think there's always pressure on the outside for an organization to take a stand. And by doing that, you inadvertently are becoming the mouthpiece for one group or another. And we don't want to do that. We want the students to be free to be able to go and organize and peacefully express without constraints. I mean, that's my, but I think as a school board, that's our purpose, I think.
All right, thank you. Any other thoughts? We'll go to consideration of items for future meetings. Any items? Then, why don't Ramona, you read the closed session?
You betcha. The Board of Education Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois enters closed session for the purpose of considering appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, purchase, sale, or lease of real property, collective negotiations, school safety, and confidentiality of closed session minutes.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Jacobs, Mary Ann?
Mr. Durkin?
Yes.
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Mr. Jacobs?
Yes.
Sierra?
Yes.
Counter?
Yes.
Zalis?
Yes.
Mr. Smithing?
Yes. And then that'll bring our meeting to a close. Thank you very much.